Alright, we're at round 3, game 2, Bob versus Darren. Now I've got Darren, he's on the play after having a very unfortunate first game against Bob where he just couldn't get there.
Yeah, he's a bit slow out of the gates. Bob had a very nice hand. The Thoughtseizes was really good to take the Corsa on turn 3 and take Bob off his routine Corsa Wayfinder Corsa play. But here we go, Bob straight into Thoughtseizes.
Yep, that's a nice opening, and he's taking the whip, which is probably the hardest thing for him to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the Drowning Sorrow from the sideboard. Definitely correct.
Yep. And now that Darren knows about it, he can play around it.
Yeah, for sure.
Wayfinder, he looks like he's thinking about it, but he's going with whip,
Yeah, I feel like, it really comes down to what Darren's hand is like. But like, you're never going to be wrong to take the whip of Erebos.
Yeah, I feel like that's the correct decision. Like, it was good for Darren to think about it to make sure, but I think
taking Drowning Sorrow can be very correct. Like, it can just be the right move, the right play there.
Yeah, it can very much signal your hand if you take Drown over whip though.
I think we see a Disdainful Stroke, a second Thoughtseizes, a Polluted Delta, Caves, and 2 other cards I cannot make out.
Alright.
It looks like a Tasiga and a Monastery Mentor. So,
well, he's got a second Thoughtseize. When do you think he's planning to fire that off?
I would fire it off right now, and I would get rid of that Drowning Sorrow, I think.
Yep.
Maybe it's not a Thoughtseize. Maybe he's could be. I think you do fire off a Thoughtseize there and take the Drowning Sorrow away from your opponent with a card like Monastery Mentor in your hand. But
yeah, he might not have had it.
He may not have had it. That's a pretty good dig into his deck for Bob. Gets his Citadel. Which he promptly shows to Darren, and gets the Hornet Queen in the bin. Yep. Gets the Queen out there. That's where she wants to be. You don't want her in her hand.
Well, not at this stage of the game, at the very least. No. Now he's going to pass the turn, and Darren's on turn 3. He's
my third land.
Looks like he's going to run his Mentor right into that Drowning Sorrow.
Yeah,
hopefully
catches the Wayfinder as well.
Yep. Hopefully he's going to talk Bob into doing it.
Yeah, I suppose if that's the play that Darren wants to make, then he's probably saying, "Hey, I want you to Drowning Sorrow."
Yeah.
I'm not. It's like even if Darren's got nothing, he's always going to play his Mentor there. And he should I think he just should snap block there. To be honest, I don't think there's too much.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he'd be worried about.
Yeah, I feel like you attack for 1.
This is a pre land drop, so there's no Abzan Charm.
Maybe Bob doesn't have a third land, to be honest.
He's got the
double tap land. Yeah, tap land. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So there we go. The Drown. Yeah.
He's doing the Drown. Yeah.
So yeah, Darren had the option to block there. It seemed like a pretty good bluff from Bob. Just okay.
If you're going to sweep the board anyway, you might as well do that attack.
That's right.
Even if your opponent knows exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, I think Bob would have picked that one up from myself when I was playing in the old blue-white list and go, oh, cool, Spring Medic. Alright, I'll attack with my Elspeth tokens. Just put them in there. Okay, no blocks, take X, Supreme Verdict. Yep. Every time.
Alright, Thoughtseize. Double Siege Runner. What do you think he's going to take?
I think he takes the right Siege Runner, the one that he wants.
He's going for his third land now. He's got no plays.
Yeah, he had access to Tasiga there. But opts to keep the Disdainful Stroke, which I think is actually pretty good. Unless Bob can punish him with like a Corsair of Crewfix or something here, which I don't think he can't actually because he doesn't have the right land available to him. But I think Disdainful Stroke right now is super good, and being able to get Tasiga out and hold Disdainful Stroke at this time, this is exactly the plan to success that Darren wants. Yeah,
this is a very good line of play from Darren.
Yeah. I like holding Disdainful Stroke there. I think it's the surefire way in case you respect a Siege Runner, but what if he has something else? What if he draws a whip off the top? Another Scryland. Surprisingly, he uses the Scryland that he draws with. He draws off the top to scry as opposed to using one from his hand.
Now, is that Bob respecting the Disdainful Stroke?
Yeah, but how do you respect Disdainful Stroke? Don't you play into it to get rid of it and just go over the top? Like, put your Siege Runner in the bin so that you can resolve your Whip of Erebos?
Yeah, it feels like not knowing what Bob's cards are. He just kept this Cry on top. Maybe he's got a plan, but maybe he's got something even worse than Siege Rhino that he wants to.
Something
into it.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much. I don't know. Siege Rhino is good in the way that it can do this. 3, 6. This has got to be Soul, right? For 6, yeah. Soul. I don't know if Darren says yes to this. Darren says no.
It looks like was that the card he kept on top?
Yeah, that was definitely the card he kept on top. So maybe he did have set that play up. Fetch.
That seems fair enough.
Good
like
fetch.
Soul's good in the graveyard without whip around.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. I like this play from Darren. He's bought it. You can see the new Dragons of Taki and Negate there. So he's bought it in the copy of Negate. Obviously, just another access to killing whip.
Yep. And you can hit just random like combat.
Removal
spells
like a
as well.
Dromoka's command or something
Yeah.
nice like that. Darren gets his trigger. That was nearly awesome. I suppose they're both pretty good. Can't give him a land, Bob. Gives him the stroke.
Gives him a disdainful stroke.
Are you sure?
Well, he's thinking about it.
Yeah, I think you give him the cut.
Yeah, you give him the cut.
You can't give him the disdainful stroke.
Cut only deals with part of the Siege Rhino, whereas disdainful stroke deals with the whole thing.
Yeah. No, that was good. That was good for Darren to rip the... Like, cut's a valuable card in this matchup, and this is exactly what this deck wants to do, I think, in this matchup, is just have the answers and resolve your black Tamagotchi. Is that another Thoughtseize? A Duress.
Now let's see what...
Nothing.
Alright, well, at least Darren knows about it.
He's got a 2 and a 7.
Sometimes you fire off the discards.
Oh, look, you got to do it. Like, what's he going to
yeah.
do? What's he going to... Ooh, baby, the Spice. Dragonlord Ujitai from the sideboard of Dern Sweat. That's awesome. Wow. That's super, super cool.
That is a very spicy sideboard card. I'm loving this. You can sort of morph into that more controlling deck.
Yeah, look.
All
the Jeskai decks are doing it at the moment. I mean, granted, they're not doing very well in the pro scene and that, but yeah, like this card, I remember, who was it? I can't actually remember who it was, but I was watching a pro play on the SCG, and he said that with Dragonlord Ujitai, every time he turned that guy sideways and connected, he won a game. Like, just he flat out won on the spot. And I can tell you from playing with this card last week at this actually exact FNM, it was just like that. Like, this guy just, he right clicks you and you just win. He is great. Although Darren is at a precarious 9 life. Oh, now I say that. And
now he's going to cut the Siege Rhino. Like, he's got control of the board.
yeah, get him out of here.
Just wondering what the hold up is here. Oh, is Bob asking him to? I'm not sure.
No, I'm not entirely sure what that was all about, but I think it's irrelevant.
It doesn't seem.
Bob goes to 6. There's a trigger on Dragonlord. Let's get some cards. We've got an island. Oh,
I didn't see what one of
that
those
was 3 land. Temple, Island, and Plains. Scry. Get rid of that.
Looks like Darren takes the best of the lands.
Yeah.
Now,
I want a queen off the top.
Really,
you just swing the queen.
Rip something good here.
Oh.
Goes to his graveyard.
I can tell you there's no dead drop in this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cutting Dragonlord.
No. Cut.
Look at Tasigur at it? No. It looks like he's got a Wayfinder in hand as well. Maybe thinking about
cutting Dragonlord.
Cut the Dragonlord.
And casting Wayfinder to block.
Yeah, that seems okay. This will be super good for Darren if he activates Tasigur on the end step and hits 2 land, and then gets given Murderous Cut or Wayfinder back again. Sorry, Murderous Cut or Dragonlord. Yeah, that seems pretty good, right? Wayfinder here.
Wayfinder.
Finding
Queen,
the bees, the
giant,
the rhino, and
so much gas just going straight into
and Bob with the fist pump. I don't think it's relevant as to another land, but
yeah. I think some of those cards, like the Hornet Queen especially, if he could have drawn that and resolved that.
And Darren getting the players right, activating Tasigur. Gets that land.
He's
It's a Seeker. Oh, that's not what we wanted.
This is an interesting decision. Is Bob just going to hand over the Seeker?
I think he has to. Darren. Darren,
give me the dragon.
I'll take this card.
Like, Bob doesn't want to give him any of those cards.
No, even the Seeker's good.
Yeah, especially in this stage of the game.
Yeah. I feel like this is a really good showing from what the Esper list is supposed to do. Just like grinding. I mean, obviously Bob hasn't drawn the greatest, but just grinding out his opponent with like quality removal spells, activations off Tassiga, Thought Seizers, and all manner of just.
Was that a monastery?
That's a monastery spell. Yeah, not monastery mana. Another good one of the best grind cards. Sure, it's a little bit weak, but okay. There's a Tassiga back.
We could see Bob get
Exile's the whip.
get something back.
Exile whip. Exile Wayfinder.
Do you think he's trying to set up Hornet Queens,
I think
Siege Rhino?
I think he's trying to just set up his he's got so much good stuff in his.
How many lands does he have right now?
Well, to get rid of 2, so he needs to pay 4 for this, and then he'll have 4 for the activation, which is like that's all he needs. Must just value. He does have to take a point. Oh no, he's retapping his lands. He's reconsidering his lands. Oh no, he did tax it for that, so he got rid of 3.
Yeah, but he got rid of 3 cards and he's tapped 3 lands. That's correct.
Anticipate. You never want to give your opponent an anticipate there.
No.
But you never want to give them a cut or anything either, because that's just game, right? If he just can find a removal spell, Darren takes this to a game 3.
Now he's looks like he's firing off that anticipate.
Oh, yeah.
Getting a token.
I love the way Darren plays. He's so very
anticipate Grimaz.
Beautiful.
Oh wow.
Darren is very professional in the way about how he acts as a Magic player when you play against him. He jokes around a lot, but he takes it very seriously, and it's very good to watch him.
Yeah, well,
in action.
No, we've been fortunate enough to see him sort of evolve from the start.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been.
I remember like there was like a defining moment when I sort of made the decision that he's gone from being just like another one of the new players to being one of the stronger players.
He's no chump. Like he is by far no chump. He's very, very.
It's like a duress. Ooh. Just to get another token.
He could have. Could he be attacked with the monastery there?
It was a 4/4.
Yeah, he has anticipate in hand, so he definitely could have attacked with the. He could have attacked with the monastery mentor there, anticipated before damage, and then potentially found one more spell for lethal.
Possibly.
Well, if he's a 4, he'll get 5 from the anticipate.
Yeah, he could have done that. Now he's deciding what to give to Bob.
Oh, this is an activation.
Yep. Now, he needs to be careful because he is ahead on board, but if he makes a misstep here, he could lose the game.
Oh, gives him a Siege Rhino. Okay, that must be a gassy little graveyard going on there, so we can't get access to it. But
there's Hornet Queen in there. I'm trying to think.
Doomwake Giant was another.
Giant,
yeah, it's a tough one. It must have been a tough decision for him. I mean, you're never going to be happy to give your opponent that Wayfinder.
City Wayfinder. At least he's got a land.
Yeah, well, he's definitely got 2 land this time. He's going to take the forest, play the forest, play the Siege Rhino, pass the turn. He has no viable attack, I don't think. Maybe Darren was setting up for anticipate Paralyze Trigger with the Seeker as well as his other guys. Excuse me. Been an interesting turn.
He's going end step anticipate.
Gets his triggers. Gets his triggers right. That's good. Dragon Lord of Jutai. A God's Willing. That's got to be huge, right? I think that may be lethal. Well, it's difficult. It's difficult to just work out on the fly. I think. Can you take the God's Willing?
God's Willing doesn't. Unfortunately, doesn't make one of his creatures unblockable. It just. But it can. It can stop 2 of Bob's creatures.
Yeah, for sure.
Did he take the Dragon Lord or the God?
I'm not entirely sure. I kind of missed it. He was very quick on his decision. In any case, this is actually a very interesting game. Very swingy. Having to give your opponent a Siege Rhino was, I suppose, the turning point for this. Like, it swung the game way back into the balance. The Wayfinder draw didn't really mean too much, but the Tasigur activations this game have been so crucial for both players, staying in the game, keeping ahead, and actually now eventually getting back into it. That's a duress, the third duress.
Looks like it was a Dragon Lord, I think.
I think it was a Dragon Lord and a duress, was it?
Yep.
Dragon Lord's so good. He is such a good card. Like, he's a lot of fun to play with. Very powerful. I'm gonna go for Tasigur activation. So, give me all the cards. So I'm gonna give you a Tasigur. Okay. There's a downside.
That's sort of awkward when you flip another Tasigur with
That's
your Tasigur.
That's the downside.
Yeah, it happens.
But I mean, like,
you can use the second Tasigur to control your graveyard again with the Delve.
Yes, you can. And you can obviously
when
attack.
When it gets out of hand,
attack
and give it pseudo vigilance.
Yep. Get in for 4 or just get it blocked and then try and get in. This looks like a murderous cut. Tasigur. Oh, I think he forgot the trigger until he played it. That's crucial. A little bit of a misplay from there, Darren, but he still looks good on board.
Yep.
So bunch of bros hold down the fort.
He's got
he might just have to take a turn off there.
He's got 5 prowess creatures.
Yeah,
with the ability to make more.
Still has that duress. I think he might want to hold on to the duress for the prowess trigger. I think he's kicking himself by the way he's flicking his cards there. As opposed to being able to just play the Dragon Lord. He's going to go for duress. Get another guy on the field. You know, 1 black for a 1/1.
One black anthem for your team and a 1/1 token. That's fine.
Bob puts the guys aside. He says, "They can't attack."
These are the ones you've played. Yeah.
I don't think Darren can attack here. I think Darren just passes.
Yeah.
So this buys Bob a turn. Draws a card.
Yeah. This game is has gone back and forth.
I feel like Bob's in a pretty good position.
Deciding to edge out what could be a victory.
Dude, puts his 3 mana aside. That's terrifying.
He's swinging with the team.
Yeah.
That's also...
Seeker in front of Wayfinder, Tasigur in front of Siege Rhino, and we'll just chump your Tasigur. Bob says, okay, that's fine. I have Soul of Theros.
Yep.
Bang.
I had this instant speed overrun.
Yeah.
That may make the huge difference in the game. Like, if out of any singular play that have built up to this moment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bob's so good on that soul. He swears by that card, and there it is in play. Just an absolute wrecking ball.
It's a very powerful card.
Gain 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gain 15 life for Bob. Bob go back to 20.
25, is that?
25, golly gosh.
Yeah.
And Dragon Lord all of a sudden not looking so spectacular. And a gate draw? There's a Dragon Lord.
It's not over for Darren yet, but
no,
it's certainly nowhere near as certain as it was a few turns ago.
Yeah, it's a tough fight now. Again, that Soul of Theros, just that one small mistake of playing the second Tasigur, really punished him. But it's a common mistake. I mean, at Worlds just as last year, Yuya Watanabe, one of the best players in the entire world, played 2 Radiant Archangels in his VMA draft in his round 1 on camera. People make mistakes every day.
Yeah, people may.
Oh, what a nut draw from Bob. He finds the second Doomwake Giant. And that's
yeah,
the
Darren
game.
extends the hand.
Wow.
Looks like this round goes to
That was
Bob.
a great game.
Yeah,
Great game of Magic.
very amazing match.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, and we'll be back with round 4.
See ya.